In today's modern society, many of us are not aware that there are many rituals being performed which are with the intention of psychically attacking the people, society, and human beings to subconsciously convince them and hypnotize them into doing things that are probably more in alignment with satanic behavior and with evil. And to be unaware that rituals are happening keeps us in the susceptibility of being influenced by rituals. So what is a ritual? How is this even happening? Why don't we know about it? Or maybe most of us do know about it. I think a lot of us don't know about it. A ritual is when intentional spell magic is being casted. So working with the energy fields, working with the quantum field, and intentionally invoking deities, entities to do our bidding here. That's their job, the angelic world's job. Any being that we invoke is here to say, okay, you called me, what do you want? I'm here to work with you. I'm here to co-collaborate with you. If you're going to summon me, I'm here, right? And whether you believe this is true or woo-woo, just take a look at history. I mean, every religion is riddled with rituals, okay? All the major religions have rituals that they follow on a daily, weekly basis. And for some reason, we think that this is not happening in our society, but it is. And the most susceptible is children. So children, which is the best medium to showcase rituals to help control the message? Well, that will be TV, movies, art, and media and marketing. So many satanic rituals are actually being communicated out there under the guise of artistic expression. So what do? We can't censor things. We know that censorship is not the way to go, because that also limits our ability to have our own free speech, and it's stopping our ability to be liberated and sovereign beings. So what is the key? How do we prevent these beings from infiltrating our conscious and subconscious minds when we're children and adults, and creating psychic attacks that are manipulating us to believe things that aren't true, and then evoking fear, and then evoking terror, and then we as human beings are acting out from those states because we have just been attacked through our minds from these modalities. Well, one of the things that I shared about before is that I did my own death ritual, and it was glorious. And when we do our own rituals to invoke our sovereignty, to invoke assistance from the angelic realms, then we have a fighting chance. This is our spiritual battle, so to speak, our battle magic. And so these rituals that we can do to protect ourselves from psychic attacks is an avenue towards shielding ourselves from having these mind torturing aspects coming through our screens, social media, TV, media, all that stuff, and taking over our thoughts. And we can see this all day long. The majority of our thoughts are not even ours. We are actually possessed as a species from these satanic rituals, from these demonic rituals. Now, is it bad? Is it good? Again, we can't say what's bad or good. We can only decide what we desire within our own gut, within our own intuition. And part of the way to prevent being psychically attacked is to really get clear with what's true in our gut and what feels true in our hearts. Connecting to the heart math, connecting to the gut, not always listening to the mind, not letting the mind take over. So when we think about watching what we're watching on our screens, maybe the first thing we can do is realize, well, what here is in front of me trying to convince me to believe something And am I going to blindly just believe it because the masses are saying it? If the masses are chanting something, chanting, which is a mantra, mantras are one of the most powerful ritual statements out there. They actually reprogram your mind. So when people are collectively chanting in protest and hashtags on social media, what is happening is a collective ritual is being created to change the mind of the masses. And we assume that this is a good thing because it's usually hidden by altruistic agendas. And that's the best way to capture people's audiences, to hook them through altruism, to hook them through their moral codes. And when we don't do the inner work, and when our shadows are disconnected from our awareness, and we're not aware of what's really taking over our minds, we are going to easily subscribe to the mass rituals that are made to control us, to blindly believe in these narratives that with the majority of the time have the underlying motivation to enslave us and to manipulate us and to keep us in fear so that we never have our own sovereign, liberated thoughts and we never reconnect ourselves to our source connection to the divine. Contemplate that.